When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my ass.
Sounds just like him, yeah. Bobby Knight passing away on Thursday, late Wednesday. Just icon of my time as a young sports fan. Scary guy, but always good on the mic, always with a quip, quick-witted, brilliant basketball mind. Scary guy. I don't know if I'd really be playing for him, but made a lot of guys' careers. Last guy to go undefeated, 1976. Last team to go undefeated in college basketball. Couple Olympic championships, chair throw, and uncountable berated referees across the country. Army, Indiana, and Texas Tech. Bobby Knight, rest in peace. And with that, I say aloha, Brother Richie. Coming at you live. This is Thursday, the 3rd day of November. Thursday night football coming up, Pittsburgh, Tennessee. In the old Heinz Field, who knows what they call it these days? I can't keep track. Gonna be this kind of short show tonight. Today. I'm actually recording this a little late. I'm gonna take off the weekend. I'll be back Monday. Backseat quarterback. I think I've done, seems like I'm pretty well versed, pretty practiced and consistent, and I think I'm going to cut it down to 3-4 days a week just to keep the content fresh, not to water down the whole deal. So yes, going to get into my picks. Looks like there's going to be 12 teams that have a different starting quarterback than they did week 1. That's like almost 35-40% of the league. Through injury or bad play are starting a different quarterback than they started week 1. Injuries are it's a plague this year. It's a pox on the league, I say, a pox. Injuries. And somebody must only have 86 followers now. I'm sorry. But that's all right. As I've said, right now is straight up practice makes perfect. I'm going to do one this week. We'll talk about my Fab Five. It's not just a Michigan thing, which I don't know why nobody's done that since the Fab Five in Michigan in the early 90s. 5 different guys, the best players across the country, say, let's all go to one school. Hasn't happened since. Why wouldn't it? But my Fab Five games for week 9 start off Miami at KC and Frankfurt. For all the reasons, Tyreek Hill playing a revenge game. KC coming off that tough loss in Denver. Miami has struggled with good teams and beat up on the bad teams. So with all that, and then also the very first game ever in Frankfurt, Germany, was I think Munich last year. They went off. 4 million people trying to get online to get 70,000 tickets. I just had some Germans at the restaurant yesterday. We talked about that. They're not huge fans, but they say that the country is it's getting fanatical for NFL. So good for you. 4:30 Hawaiian time is tough, but oh well. Number 2 of my Fab Five games, Seattle at Baltimore. 2 division leaders. See who's real. Can you see the real me, baby? As the Who would sing. Can you see the real me, me? Is Seattle for real? I think Baltimore's for real. This is a big test for Seattle. Number 3 of my Fab 5, Dallas at Philly. Huge divisional game, huge for Dallas. I don't think it's that big a deal for Philly. Even Nick Sirianni kind of poo-pooed the game. Not so much poo-pooed, but said, kind of just another game. But the fans will show up. 4:30 game. As Carton likes to say, the drunken fans will be there drunk. So we got that. Big division game. I think it's huge for Dallas. I think Philadelphia is just a better team. Hurts is banged up a little bit. Didn't want to talk about his bruised knee. We shall see. Number 4, my Fab 5 for Sunday, week 9. Buffalo at Cincy. Scary for Buffalo. They've been up and down, haven't looked great at times. Couple games look really good. For the most part, it's a question mark. Cincy coming around, 3 straight wins after the 1-3 start. 0-2, 1-3. I like Cincy in this spot. And this is my picks day. I'm going to go through every game, give you my picks. Need to turn it around, bro. It's been a little tough. And my number 5 for my Fab 5 is, I guess, quite a few. There's a lot tied in the 5th spot. Will Levis at Pittsburgh. 2 new QBs in Atlanta. Who sucks worse, the Rams or Green Bay? I think Green Bay, bro. New England trying to save their season. Can Carolina win 2 straight? Antonio Pierce debut in Vegas. I think that they should pop for a game or 2. And the Jets at home against the Chargers. Chargers, are they real? Are they a joke? Are they okay? Are they crappy? So that is my Fab 5 games. Week number 9. This is Thursday, November the 3rd, the 2nd. Somewhere in there. A couple days after Halloween. And I'm going to tell you, I've done the research. I looked at every single game this year. Every single game this year. Only about 1.25 games per week. 7 to 12% of NFL games does the spread even matter. So if you can pick the winners, just put the money on the spread. Basically. I think the most was, let's see. Week 1 had 2 games that counted, 2 road wins. Week 2, 2 ties and 1 road win. Week 3 had 1 game that the spread mattered, and it made a push. Week 4 had 3 games. Week 5, 1 game. Week 6, 1 game. Week 7, 1 game. Out of 13, 14, 15, 16 games, only 1 game that the spread even comes into effect. If you can pick the winner, it's almost always a cover. If you can pick the winner in the NFL, 87 to 93% of the time, they're going to cover the spread. So there's been 16. It's average of 2 games a week. And over, I believe it was the last 10 years, it's like 1.25 games a week that the spread. So, you know what? Just pick the winners. Don't even worry about the spread. I think the spread is meant just to F with our heads. A bugaboo. So I think I'm going to go with this week. How many? 2. Only 2 games that I'm picking different than I am straight up. Let's get into it tonight, Thursday Night Football. I have Pittsburgh straight up, and I'm also going to lay the 2.5. I like me some Steelers at home. A rookie QB in a second start against that defense. I'll take it. This kind of goes against everything that I feel. Somehow, I don't see Kansas City playing that bad again. Miami struggled with good teams. Travis Kelce says he's never seen his team struggle like this, but I'm going to go KC straight up, and I'm going to give the point. Atlanta, Heineke taking over. Minnesota, rookie quarterback. I like Atlanta straight up. 4.5 points, though. I think this is one of the two. I'll take Minnesota plus 4.5. I'll take Atlanta straight up. Cleveland, taking them in my smaller $8,000 survivor pool. My boy is taking them in our $25,000 survivor pool. Cleveland. And give the points versus Arizona. Carlton Tune or Mike Tune or Paul Tune. I don't know. Some guy Tune at quarterback. And they were big sellers in the trade deadline. So I got to go Cleveland. Give the 8 at home. I'm taking the Rams straight up, and I'm taking the 3 points. At Green Bay, I mean, it's kind of a make or break game for Green Bay, and I don't believe in them. What I've seen, they are not a good football team. Go Rams. New England straight up at home against Washington, but you know what? This is the only 2 games. I'm going to take Washington plus 3.5. Oh, and the spreads too. Let's see. The spreads on the teams that when the spread comes into play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the spread is 3 points. Twice the spread is 6. Twice the spread is 7. 3 times the spread is 9. And only half points only came in twice of 16 games, 2.5 and 14.5. So when it's on 3, 6, 7, 9, those are the numbers that the spread might have an effect for the most part. So I'll take Washington plus 3.5. I'll take New England straight up. All the rest, I'm going with my same pick straight up. New Orleans, 8.5 over another terrible football team, Chicago Bears. The Bajan story might be getting put to rest. Derek Carr's coming around a couple weeks after bitching out his best receiver, Chris Olave, after he threw it 10 yards over his head. And I'm actually taking New Orleans in my big survivor league. So I got New Orleans and giving the 8.5 points. It's a terrible Bears team. Come on, boys. Get me through this week. We're looking good. Baltimore, -6. Baltimore straight up. Baltimore -6. Against Seattle at home. Seattle D has been pretty damn good the past few weeks. Not sure about their competition. Who'd they play? Cleveland, Zona didn't find the end zone. Cincy, Burrow was still kind of hurting. Giants couldn't find the end zone. So I think they've given up 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns maybe in the last 4 games. Those teams aren't Baltimore. Houston, -2.5. I'm taking Houston straight up and giving the points at home against Tampa Bay. Dameon Pierce, you're killing me, bro. Now he's out. Dameon Pierce. Carolina, Indy. Indy at Carolina. I'm taking Indy straight up, and I'm giving the 2.5. Indianapolis, Gardner Minshew. I'm going to tell you, though, Wee Man is looking better, and he's avoiding hits better than I thought. He's actually led that long field goal drive to win the game last week. Got his first win. I respect the guy. I really like the guy, but I don't see him. I don't see him lasting. Ragdoll living in the movies. I'm banned a little cutie. Ragdoll never seen him like Ragdoll. Is it legal to sing a song even if you're not playing it? Next up, Vegas. I got him at 1.5. I'm taking Vegas at home over the Giants, and I'm going to give the 1.5. Pierce, first game as a head coach against his old team. I'd like to see what the record is of in-season firings and then the very next game. I'm sure it's pretty damn good. I got Philly straight up and give the 3. I kind of think they just pound the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys' running game is going to struggle when you got the better offensive and defensive line. Philly goes into every game just knowing that they have the better line. So I like them. Cincy Sunday night, -2.5. I'll take them straight up and I'll lay the 2.5. Pound Buffalo. We shall see, though. And then I got the Jets straight up. I got the Jets plus 3.5. Just because. Let's go Jets. Pick 4. Pick 4. I got 3. Yep, let's do it. Bless me. And Brother Richie's 4-pack for week 9. It's not been good. I need to turn this around. Should be able to hit a 4 spot. I got Philly -3 at home. Pound the Cowboys. Got New Orleans -8.5 at home. Pound the Bears. I got Cleveland -8 at home. Pound Arizona. And I got Las Vegas Raiders -3. One of the few times I'm going to put them in my 4-pack just because of the situation. Actually, it's -1.5 because I got these numbers on Tuesday. So my 4-pack, Philly, New Orleans, Cleveland, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Give the money on all of them. Big money games in Vegas. 91% on the Rams this week. 85 versus the spread, 91 straight up. So Vegas feels like I do. 83% of the money's on the Chargers, -3. Only have 3 teams. 76% of the money's on Tampa, +3. Tampa at Houston. Okay, I can kind of see that. Carolina, 71% of the money at home against Indy, +3. 70% of the money in Vegas, Washington, +3.5. Rest of them, 67, Miami, 65, Tennessee. Then our closest half and half, Cincy, -1.5. 52 points, or 52%. That's going to do it, brothers and sisters, titas, titas, uncle, auntie, grandma. Love you. Had a little meltdown with Emmy, felt bad about it. So I got to be better. Love your family, love your friends, love the strangers that you come across, love yourself. Let's do this together. We're all in this together, people. Ahuiho. I'll be back Monday. Have a nice weekend. Aloha.